Human nature and reason don't give us the answer to whether God exists or not. No honest researcher can tell beforehand what the outcome of their investigation will be, but they should be wise enough to see the relevance of the investigation and be willing to undertake it with the right intentions. Pascal's Wager is the famous 17th century philosophical argument for why people should care about God. He argued that there's not much risk in believing in God as we don't lose much by doing so, and we also possibly gain the chance of going to heaven, whereas not believing in God would mean that we face the hypothetical risk of going to hell. So he argued that we may as well live with a belief in God. While this argument isn't without value, the Islamic argument for why we should care about God goes beyond this, and this is captured in a poem by an 8th century Muslim woman named Rabia Basri, who wrote, "If I worship you out of fear of hell, then burn me in hell. If I worship you out of desire for paradise, then lock me out of paradise. But if I adore you for yourself alone, then do not deny me your eternal beauty." Now, this doesn't deny the realities of heaven and hell, but it argues that the real reason for why we should search for God is because something in our nature inclines us to do so, rather than just looking at the risk or reward. Human nature and reason don't give us the answer to whether God exists or not, but they do incline us to investigate this question. Our nature desires to believe in a higher purpose for our lives, while our reason ponders over the creation of the universe and wonders whether it was created with a purpose. Then, the third source that prompts us to explore this question is religion. While our nature and reason only hint at the existence of God, religions across the world argue and tell us openly that a divine being exists and interacts with humans. No honest researcher can tell beforehand what the outcome of their investigation will be, but they should be wise enough to see the relevance of the investigation and be willing to undertake it with the right intentions.